you a social media manager who needs to plan out high quality content fast? Then this video is for you. In this video, I am sharing my exact workflow of creating 1 month's worth of content for one of our clients. So whether you're a brand new social media manager or you have quite some experience, I promise you, you are going to find this video super helpful, because after this video, you are going to feel excited again to create 1 month's worth of content in advance and feel really good about it. My name is Mil and I own a multi-six-figure social media agency, and I now help social media managers do the same. If you're new here, make sure you grab my free roadmap to becoming a six-figure social media manager in the description below. Now let's dive right in. Now the very first thing I do before I create 1 month's worth of content is check the social media insights. This is super important because insights is what drives our game plan, our content, right? Now let's say you have a brand new client, you can still use their insights. Look at what they have previously been doing and see if you can find any patterns, any things that they were doing well versus things that weren't going very well, right? So checking the insights is super important, even if they didn't have a strategy before. Now, I can recommend you hundreds of great tools out there from free to paid that will give you those insights. But to keep things simple, I am going to refer you to Instagram Insights, just to give you an example. So let's say you have a client and you are planning their content, you want to check their insights, right? So currently I am now in my Instagram Insights. So this is going to give me an overview of profile insights, accounts engaged, right? Your follower growth. Now I particularly want to look at my content. So the content I shared. So I go to see all. If you're working with a current client, you can just look at the last 30 days that you've created content for them, right? So then you would say last 30 days. Look at the last 30 days. What I will do is I will sort by metric, okay? So depending on the goals that you are trying to reach for this client, you are going to sort by metric. You do have to make sure that this is set to post, because Reels are not able to showcase you per metric. So what you would do is you would look at a metric. So let's say you are trying to get more website traffic for clients. I am going to look at website tabs and I'm going to hit apply. So now it's going to show me what content will drive the most website tabs for me specifically. As you can see, my top performing content are my tweets. Now, if you are looking for tweets, I do have a tweet vault up for purchase where you can receive 100+ tweet templates for any industry for $24.99, and you can find in the description. Just a side note. But so for me, you can see the website tabs all come from my tweets because they generate a lot of traffic. Now, let's say I want to get more followers. Your client wants to increase their audience, right? Maybe they have a launch coming up months down the line and they need more followers. So then you're going to look at follows. Then you will see what type of content is actually giving me the most follows, right? And you are going to create more of that type of content. Now, you can use the same topics, you can use the same style. So for me, what you can see is that the Notes app style is driving me a lot of followers. So people must find it super valuable, come across my posts and follow me. So checking your insight, and especially per metric, will drive what type of content you want to create and create more of, okay? So I suggest just using the insights that you have on that platform itself. Now, if you want a complete overview of all the social media management tools I use in my multi-six-figure agency, then make sure you check out this video where I will share all the tools I use currently. Now, the second thing you want to do when creating 1 month's worth of content, that's exactly my workflow, is you start mapping out the content calendar. Before you do anything, you want to map it out so you know what you're creating, right? So we took some notes based on the insights, so we have a way better, clearer idea on what type of content we want to create. So now we can start mapping. Now, in order to show you what that looks like, I'm going to take you to my desk monitor and walk you through it so that we can start mapping together. Now it's time to start mapping. Before we do that, make sure you grab a coffee. It's really going to help make this a whole lot faster, okay? Okay, so as you can see here, this is the content calendar that I specifically use. We work out of ClickUp for reasons where we can completely customize the calendar. Now, of course, you can work out of whatever software you use, or if it's a social media manager scheduler, you can use that as well. This is what we use, and I will do a whole separate video on exactly how to use ClickUp for that. For the content mapping, this is what I would use. We have two different views, the calendar and then a list view. So what I'm going to do is, based on the insights and the notes I took, right, from what was working and what my goals are for the upcoming month, I'm going to start planning. Now, inside these, for example, I will go the list type post tips, right? I'm gonna make a tweet here because they were doing well. So like a relatable tweet. Then I'm going to give social proof, right? Because I also want to bring in clients. So I have social proof. I can do a client case study. Then I'm going to share another list type post because I really want to drive traffic, right? So then I have this mapped out. That's what we call the mapping, right? Now, inside of this, to take it a step further, what we do is we will say, what kind of post is this? If this is a list type, this is just like a static post, right? This is not a reel, none of that. That's just a list post. A tweet, that's also static, right? That's obviously, we all know what a tweet is. It's a static post. So that way, whether you're doing this with a team, whether you're doing this alone, you know exactly what kind of post this is. So social proof, if this is a client testimonial, a video testimonial, it would be a reel, for example. But for me specifically, I like to do those in a carousel. So I'll mark them as a carousel. List type post, again, is static. Now, what I can see here for myself, and I can change this too, where I can actually show height, and I can do type post type. So I can make sure that I can see that here. So this is easier. Now, especially when you're working from a strategy and you have pillars, you can set the pillars as well. So for example, list type for me is educational, relatable tweet is engaging. Social proof is kind of promotional, right? Because you want to promote yourself. Educational, so I have this all mapped out so I know exactly what's happening. That is how you're going to do the rest of the month. Now, what I realized here is that I have no reels. Now, from my analytics, I do know reels are great for awareness and traffic, so I'm going to make sure I add some reels in. So for example, I'm going to promote my YouTube with a reel. And then here I can add in a reel with text, B-roll, because these have been doing well for me. Here I can share another tweet, because that's kind of the style I like to have. And here I can share X things you didn't know about Instagram, for example. And again, I map these out. This is promotional. This is engaging. This is also engaging. And this is educational. So and then I know this is a reel, so I have two reels now to make sure I balance it out, right? I want to make sure I balance them out, and I do a bit of all of them. This will be a carousel. And again, you're going to do this week by week for all of them. So you know already what you want to create content about. And this is great because you get it out of your head. Even if it's just a draft and you want to tweak them later. For example, X things you didn't know about Instagram. Right now, I might do not know exactly what I want to put in there, but at least I have the idea there. So I can think about it later, right? So you map it out. That is what the mapping looks like. Now, the third thing I do to create 1 month's worth of content is to start the copywriting. Now, we purposely start with copywriting first because this is gonna make the design process so much easier, I promise. So what I will do, again, similar to the content mapping, I'm gonna brain dump anything out that I already know that I wanna put in there. So again, you can look at your analytics again and make sure that you include those things that did well and even repurpose some of the things that did well, right? So again, I would go in here, this is where I draft my captions, and I can say for the copy, here are 5 tools I use in my social media management agency that help me create content fast, right? I can do here a captions app. I can say CapCut video, InShot, InShot, and 4 would be Agorapulse is our social media manager. Oh, and then 5. We have a 5th one that would be Canva, obviously, Canva design. So list type post, and I can change this to that tools I use in my social media agency to create content fast. So now I have the caption, and you're going to see why this is going to make everything easier. You're going to repeat this process, obviously, for every single post. If you, on the relatable tweet, I could look at my old tweets that did well. Again, if you need tweets, I do have a tweet vault for purchase that has over 100 plus tweet templates for any industry, and you can find it in the description below. So again, you're going to repeat this process for every single one of your posts. Now, I do realize that maybe you see this process and you're like, I feel stuck. I don't know. I don't even know what type of content to create. I actually have something for that as well. If you feel stuck in the content you create, it doesn't hurt to spy at competitors. Okay, so here is one tool I like to use. It's completely free and you can spy on all your competitors' content. It's pretty amazing and it feels illegal to know. So I am going in here and create a project. This would be simplymediaadvertising.com, simply YouTube. So I'm going to create a project, and then here for SEMrush, I'm going to go under social media. So under social media, they have a social tracker, and there you can find any companies to track. So let's say Vanessa Lau is someone that I enjoy following and I really like her content. So it's going to automatically look for her accounts. Now, if it doesn't, I can add her name in here as well. So I'm going to add her, and then I say start tracking companies. So again, you can do this for as many people as you want, including myself. So I can go in and I can look at Instagram, and I am going to look at her account. And under here, I am going to look, so she hasn't posted obviously, but let's say we look at previous year, right? Last year's content. And I am going to look at her best performing content. As you can see here, it will show me from top to bottom what her best performing content is. So this was her best one in terms of engagement. I can expand it here. If you're not chasing your own dreams, then tell me how to change mine. Comment below if you need to watch this video. This is a video she did. I can even check out the video by clicking on this link. So I can look at all of these and I can see this was a carousel that did really well. Comment below if you found this helpful. And I can go check it out. So I am going to click on the link, and the smartest creators know posting content and creating content are two different things. But it doesn't mean I create 20 pieces of content. So this was a really good thread that did well for her. So I can look at this and say, okay, maybe I can do something similar, that why you should hire a social media manager, because they can create so many pieces of content for you. And it doesn't mean you have to create X amount of pieces. And that's true. So I can take all these ideas, I can look at anyone, right? And kind of see what did well for them, what format. So maybe instead of a static tweet, I want to incorporate a thread, like a carousel tweet, and see if it does well for me as well. So that is just an idea if you feel like you run out of ideas, okay? Now the fourth thing I like to do is source images, photos first, before I start designing. Now I do this because it will save me so much work if I don't have to design things, right? So I first look at, for example, I wanted some B-roll for Reels, right? I might use some photos of me so I can tell an inspirational story. So I look at my camera roll and I kind of go through these and see what photos can I use. This is great B-roll that I can use. This is an old YouTube video, but these are all great B-rolls that I could use and then favorite so that I can incorporate them in my content. That is the first thing you want to do before you do anything. So then as I have curated those images, right, you favorite them on your phone like I do. What I like to do is like to turn them into tweets already. I like to use InShot. So I would use InShot for this. And so like I had B-roll. And I can use this to super easily add a tweet on. So I go to my Twitter and I see if there are any tweets that I want to use. I don't know, here it is, we're posting Reels is all strategy. So I'm going to screenshot that and I'm going to actually crop it. crop it. I'm going back to InShot, and then I'm going to use a sticker. So I can add it over here, and then I already have a tweet reel, just like that. So my tweet reel is ready. I can save this, and I can then airdrop it to my desktop so I can upload it in the calendar, or wherever your calendar is, if you schedule whatever, right? So this is how I really easily make sure I have assets that I already want to use, that I don't necessarily have to design on here. Now here's a bonus tip for content where you have videos. A good rule of thumb for me is if the information is in the video or in the carousel, the same information is not going to be in the caption. The caption is going to be a lot shorter if there's already so much information in the visual itself, and vice versa. So obviously if I post a photo, there's going to be a longer caption below it to give context. So that's a good rule of thumb, especially if you're drafting the captions beforehand. Then you're sourcing assets so that you have an idea of how long a caption needs to be. Now the fifth thing you are going to do in planning a month's worth of content is to design, of course. So now that you have done your assets, you've done your captions, you will know exactly for which post you have to design and which ones you don't. Now to make this whole process faster, what we do in our workflow is we have a designer who creates templates when we onboard a client. So I'm going to take myself for an example. I work from my branded templates. So it's making it so much easier to create content. So let's dive in right here. These are my templates. And now you're going to see where your captions are going to come in so handy. So let's say here are different templates I have. So this is a carousel, for example. So I am going back into the content calendar where we mapped, right? We have captions, we have assets in there for those where we don't need graphics. And even on the post type, you can say, for example, let's say this tweet would have been an asset, like a photo. You can call it a photo, and then you know you don't have to create anything there, okay? But going back in here, so here we had a list post that we did. I wrote the caption, right? 5 tools I use in my social media agency. So then I'm going to take one of my carousels and I'm going to say, making a copy, 5 tools I use in my social media agency. So that's not ideal. Okay, so let's say, that's just how I'm gonna keep it, right? Canva's being really slow. So 5 tools I use in my social media agency. Then I'm going to list the 5 tools, right? So I'm going to make this small. This is obviously the body, so this would be like a 40. So now you go back into your copywriting and you already have the tools. So this information you can already plug in here, right? And because we didn't go in depth in the caption into those tools, you can do that in your slides. So whether you want to capture it like this, so you can obviously capture it like that. 5 tools I use in my social media agency, or you can spread them out where in each slide, so let's say this is the caption app and I'm going to explain. The caption app is great to add captions to your educational reel videos, right? So that way you're adding onto there, making this smaller. Canva's being a little bit weird, but so here it is. So then you have 1 slide each, whatever format you want to do, but I'm working from templates because it makes my life so much easier. And because now, after we've done the writing, I know exactly what to design and what is ready to go. So that is the very last step, okay? You will now have a month's worth of content planned out for your client at ease. You can take in revisions, but you are set to go for the next month for them. Now, once you nail down this workflow, it's going to become so much easier for you to knock out content, and it will put you at ease because you have step-by-steps on how to go through the workflow, and it's very digestible when you break it down into these different steps. Now, if you found this helpful, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see in next week's video.